as we get started here. But William, first an opening question just to kick us off. Obviously a hometown track for you this weekend. And do you have any special guests or friends that'll be joining you at the track on Sunday?
Yeah, my family always goes to this race, and it's always a good race to bring everyone out to. So yeah, they'll be watching, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun to have them there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's always look forward to Charlotte races, and they're really important to me, not only because it's my home track, but I grew up watching races there and racing myself at the summer shootout and stuff. So it's always fun.
All right, we'll go ahead and poll for questions. If you have a question for William, go ahead and raise your hand. Get in as many questions as we can in the time that we have with him. And if, all right, who wants to start us off with a question? All right, Kelly's going to kick us off. Kelly, go ahead.
Thanks. William, walk me through the ROVAL. Christopher Bell was going through some of the nuances yesterday about some of the places where it's easy to, you put the power down, it's easy to spin the tires, maybe not wanting to be on the paint early in the going. When you think of the ROVAL, what are some of the nuances of it that you have to, I guess, basically just hit perfectly?
Really the whole track. I think that the front chicane is tough because you've got some bumps under braking there, or one bump that kind of offsets the car. So you got to be careful there. And then it just throughout the infield, it's a challenge. You got to get through the infield good to make passes and then get up onto the oval with speed. So the whole track's really important. I don't think there's one place that I really focus on more than other, but it's a unique road course because there's not really a lot of straight sections. So it's not like you've got a bunch of straight heavy braking zones. You've got a lot of turning and braking and things like that. Makes it tough.
When NASCAR announced we were going to this ROVAL a couple years ago, first off, what was the reaction then? And can you believe that this is the fourth year of it?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Honestly, the first year I kind of felt like it was a little bit of a crazy idea and felt like we were kind of out there just for entertainment. But as I've gotten accustomed to it, and I think as we've worked on the track a little bit and gotten it a little bit more realistic, I think it's gotten better and better, and we're all used to it by now. So I think it's a great concept, and I don't know if it would work at other tracks. I think it's good at Charlotte because of the layout there and the way the banking is and things like that. So they do a really good job kind of designing and setting up the track. So it's a good racetrack for us.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Bob Pockris. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, William, considering where you are in points, is it a little less nerve-wracking per se going into this race than Bristol, just because it's pretty much you're going to have to win and get in, and there's not much, when you're not much talking about points and not much, like, well, what if this happens or what if that happens?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, you said it best. I feel like there's really no, nothing to lose for us. I mean, we're 44 points out. We're not going to make it on points. So we've got to go win, and we know what we have to do to do that. And yeah, the last round, I think, would have been really disappointing if we didn't make it through to the next round. And so there was a lot kind of on the line for that. And we'd still be really disappointed if we didn't make it through this round, but it hasn't been a good round for us as far as, kind of luck goes, I guess. We've had a flat tire and gotten wrecked. And so it's not been good, but I think we can make up for all that on Sunday. And we're very capable of that. So yeah, I mean, we just go into it with nothing to lose, and we either win or we, get out of the playoffs.
Do you take a risk with setup and strategy just because of that fact?
Not setup. I don't think there's really anything setup wise that we could do differently, besides maybe a couple small decisions. But yeah, I think for us, strategy is definitely, is pretty simple for us. Just try to keep our track position and try to have an opportunity to win at the end. So whatever that strategy is to get there at the end is really all we're worried about. We don't have to think about points like we do every single week, and we can really just go out there and, how do we put ourselves in the top 4 to 5, with 30 laps to go in the race is all we're really worried about.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Claire B. Lane. Go ahead, Claire.
Thank you. William, a lot of times, you talk to drivers and they're like, this isn't my best track, or, I'm 44 down in points or whatever. How much of it is mental when you go in and say, hey, we're going to the ROVAL, I can do this, damn it,
Yeah, I think it's really just kind of proof in what you've learned and how you've gotten to this point. And I do feel like there's some tracks where if we're going into an elimination race, if it was Richmond, I'd say we'd have no opportunity to win. But with this track, we've continued to work on it. We've continued to kind of get better and better. I've had a pole there in the past. I've led a bunch of laps there over the last 2 years. So it's not a track that I feel like we can't win. We just have to continue to kind of make those gains that we've been making on the road courses. So yeah, I think we're really capable this weekend of doing it. We just, it's a lot better than the alternative. It could be a track that we don't feel like we could win.
When we first saw the ROVAL, everybody was like, ooh, everybody tried to figure it out, but now people have figured it out somewhat. What parts of the ROVAL are you very confident in? As you mentioned, you are. And what parts are you still trying to figure out?
I think that it's just a really narrow track, so getting through traffic is tough. I feel like Chase obviously does a great job through traffic and does a really good job. Yeah, getting through guys and not burning up his tires and getting through traffic. So yeah, I think that's my biggest goal. Hopefully we don't have to go through a lot of traffic in this race, and maybe the start of the race might be the furthest back. Hopefully that we are. So yeah, I think that we just have to see how it goes and see who's fast, but I feel like we'll have the speed. We just gotta execute a good race.
Always good to talk to you. Good luck at the ROVAL, okay?
Thanks, Claire.
Yeah.
All right, our next question will come from Alex Andre. Go ahead, Alex.
Hey, William. This question's a little bit off of what Claire just asked you, but I'm curious what the spots in particular or turns on the track are that sort of give you the most difficulty or anxiety.
Yeah, like I said, I think all of them are tough. I think it's a track that it's not really like other road courses. You're always turning and braking, and that's tough because you're always kind of going into another, setting yourself up for another braking zone or stuff like that. So it's difficult. I don't know. I think that the corner maybe that's given me the most trouble is probably the back chicane, just trying to get through that to set up a pass. And so that's probably where I'm focused on for this time, trying to get better at. But they're all really important.
And then where does kind of the ROVAL, or I guess how does it compare to other road courses this season, just in terms of where it sits in the playoffs versus the actual difficulty of it, you feel like, compared to other road courses this season?
Yeah, I think it's similar to Indy road course in the fact that anything can happen, and it's unpredictable, but I don't think I think it's probably the least similar to like Road America or Watkins Glen, some of those places that are really made for road course racing. So yeah, it's kind of its own beast.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our next question. Let's see, Bob, did you have a follow-up?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Any final questions for William? All right, going once, going twice. All right, William, thank you so much for your time, and we wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.